Hi guys, so today I have the new Spellbinders large die of the month for August of 2021 to share with you guys. Spellbinders did send this free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So yeah, this is the Hex Kaleidoscope Slimline, or Hexagon, because we have the hexagon shape there. I just wanted to make sure I had the name right. Super easy to work with. I've become a fan of the Kaleidoscope, like especially the Slimline ones because they're so much fun. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. They just make a really quick card for all the detail that it has in it, which I think is really great. So let's look at this. So we have the die, the outer die, and I did the unboxing of like some of the different club kits that I have to share with you guys. I measured it, and I believe what it cuts is about 8 by 3. Yeah, this part here. So that mats really nicely into what I consider a standard slimline, which is 8.5 by 3.5, but you know, everyone does theirs slightly different, but that's still a really nice dimension to mat into any of the dimensions you might do, right? So there's that. And then you have the inlay, and the inlay will cut this gorgeous hexagon pattern into your paper. So you can do a background plus the inlay on top of it, however you want to do that. And then these 3 pieces, so I had them set up like this just because it looks nice like that. But when you get yours, I get a sample. Yours will be on a carrier, and I'll have some inspiration on there, or maybe possibly some info on how to use it, depending on what the club kit is. So this is pretty straightforward. You have these 3 pieces. The one that has the thicker lines, like these big areas, would be the bottom. It would cut the bottom layer of your hexagon, your kaleidoscope. And so we have that one. This is the middle one here, and then the very top one. And all you do is cut them however you like, and then just layer them up. Just glue them, layer them up, and pop them into these areas, and you have a really pretty card base. So today what we're going to do, we're going to use that, of course. I'm going to use, I believe, a sentiment, I think, from the stamp of the month, the clear stamp of the month. Just a beautiful set. Really nice. I did the layering in the last video. If you want to check that out, I'll have the links in the description box. But I think I'm going to use one of these sentiments in this one. So again, photopolymer stamp set. You guys can check that out. And then the club kits, you know, you can pick them up individual clubs at a time, or the value clubs, which is always the better value, of course. And they have a mix and match of different things that you can pick up in the value. And then, okay, so then I'm going to pick out some papers, I think, from the card kit of the month, and maybe some die cuts, you know, because if I'm going to stamp, I'm probably going to stamp in the center area. Maybe I'll embellish with a little bit of the die cuts that came ready-made. So let me select the papers I would like from the card kit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we'll put this to the side for right now. I did use some of this white paper the other day in my last video, so what I'm going to do is use it again today. And I'm going to cut this inlay part with this. So just run them through together. Of course, we're going to tape them down very well because you don't want that to shift while you're putting it through your die cutting machine. And then I'm going to cut some layers, and I put them in order of how I want them, because whenever I choose my layers and then I come back, I'm like, okay, wait, what was I thinking? Should the pink go first? Or it looks lovely any way you do it. It's Kaleidoscope. And actually, maybe if you want to mix up the order, that'd be fun too. Like if one was a certain way, 1, 2, 3, let's say, the other one can be colors 3, 2, 1, or however, just to make it a little more whimsical. But normally I just do them the same. So, okay, I'll run this through. Sorry, then I'll also run through with the dark blue, just this outline die, not the inlay, just the outline. Okay, so after I'm done that, I'll just take this one and cut it out of the blue paper. And then these guys, so I have them in order of what I think I want to do. So with the green at the bottom here, I'm going to do the background, the thickest one. And we'll cut out, I only need 2 of each thing, because in that middle section I'm going to do some stamping. So I'll have that. In the very center I'll have the gold kind of glimmering back there, and on top I'll have the pink. So I'll run these through twice in each color, and I'll be right back. Okay. So pretty. This came out, it just popped out so delicate. Look at that. Just gorgeous. So we have all our pieces. I'm going to take a quick second to stamp this. I'm going to use the stamping press just in case, because I really want to make sure that I have my words in the right spot for this guy. So let me grab this, and let's do Life is Better with You. Normally I just kind of eyeball it and stamp, but today I will take a moment to just make sure I'm stamping it where I really want it. And you know what? Sometimes when die cuts come out, they're a little bit wonky and then they settle down once you stick it down, so I just want to put that down just so it doesn't move too much. And I'm going to use some VersaFine ink for a nice crisp stamp. Just lovely. Okay, I'm going to clean up some of these little bits that are all over the place and clean off my stamp, and I'll be right back. Before we go and assemble everything, but I'll just show you real quick. And look at that, just like that, it looks really pretty. If you had like little die cuts and things you just want to pop in here. You can also cut these centers out. So sorry. So again, since these guys will cut, you know, their own design, what you can do is just press that, put that in there and trim it out, and then it'll cut that away from the whole center, so this whole center will pop out if you want to make like a shaker card or something like that, however you want to work it. But anyway, let's see here. Sorry, I know I have something in my throat and I'm trying to pretend I don't. Okay, so we're gonna stack these guys up. Look at that. Oh, I love that. That looks so pretty, just like that. That's what I was saying. You can kind of layer up however you want. If you don't want to do all 3 layers, you don't have to. You can do 2 layers and it'll still be just super lovely. But I'm going to do those 2 and then this guy on top. Oh, so pretty and playful. I love it. I'll do the same for this one. And I cut these out 3 at a time, guys. So I only had to crank the machine, or you know, pass through the machine, however you, whatever machine you use, twice, because you know, you just have them on there with their little papers, run it through, do it again, and they all came out. Even in the marquee, because they're a little bit smaller pieces. Alright. So really I did 1, 2, 3, 4 passes. And everything was cut. So I'm going to glue this to this one. This one has some nice areas, so I don't need to put the glue on the back of my hand right now, but if you want to, you can definitely do that. That right on there. I'll do the same thing with this other set. And I'll go ahead and move on to the second one, because, or third I guess, but the second gluing, because I can hold them all down at the same time. I know I mentioned glue in the back of the hand. If you watch my videos often, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll put glue in the back of my hand and then dab, dab, dab this. And that's a nice way to get glue all over the surface without trying to get into every nook and cranny. But these are a nice size, so that wasn't too difficult. So I will hold that down. I'll do the same thing with these, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have those 2 ready to go. I'll put them to the side for right now. And we're just going to glue this down. And again, I'll put as much glue where I have the larger areas, and then around the whole edge here. I'm just passing over that the little dots, not paying too much attention to that. And this time I will put some glue in the back of my hand and get these smaller areas. So I'm just trying to catch that little netted area. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough to grab a little something here and there. And then we'll lay those down. And I'll hold it down till it's all set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I might turn over and just really make sure that's all stuck down. Looks lovely. We have our pieces. I do have a card base here, just from some white cardstock. And since we're making a slimline, an A2 size paper is already 8.5 inches in this direction, so we need 7 inches off of the 11-inch side, and we're going to score it at 3.5 inches. So we fold it, we have 8.5 by 3.5. And I'm just going to pop that on here, but if you want to put another mat like behind this, you can cut a mat, you know, whatever size you like, but I would say maybe 8.25 by 3.25, and then you would have that color matted here and then this on top. You know, however you like. I'm going to keep it just like this. And another thing we can think of, okay, if I'm going to put these on here, do you want this popped up and away from the base? Probably. Like, why not? You can also keep it flat, really easy to mail, and good to go. But I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. And then I'm going to pop all of this up. Just by adding some foam, dimensional foam, to the back. Okay, so I'll do the same thing with this one, this other one over here. Just eyeballing that it's kind of centered in there. Look how pretty that is. And then when I come back, I'll have foam on the back of this piece. I'll be right back with these long strips of foam, but in your card kit, if you pick up the card kit, it does have dimensional adhesives in there. You can just pop a few on the back. Oh, no. I'm going to get this a little bit closer to me, guys, sorry, but basically I'm just eyeballing where the center would be of everything here. And then I'll just go for it. That looks pretty good. And I went through the die cuts, and there's, I mean, so much. I mean, I was looking at this little flower and some other little people. And I just thought it was fun that they had these little ladies this time around. So I'm going to put her there and some little flowers, I think. And I think I'm going to glue this one flat. And then I'm going to add dimensional adhesives on the back of these other little guys. So this is from the card kit. I might play with that one still. I don't know if I want it like that, but there's that. And then this little lady, what I'll do is cut a piece off of this instead of using like the little tiny pieces. That looks about right, maybe. Oh man, right on. Let's put it that way. Yeah, pretty good. There it is. A really sweet card with lots of detail and dimension and things going on there, and it just looks lovely. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have some images for you guys, of course, links in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.